Well, I think you guys are properly warmed up now, I think. I think you guys are ready to laugh. I'm going to go ahead and bring up our first comedian for the night. He is a gentleman from Russell, Kansas. I like to refer to him as the live-action Joe cartoon. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sheldon Schween.
Good evening, Hayes, Kansas. How are we all doing tonight? Hey, that's what I love to hear. Let's get all charged up and let's do some laughing. You know, times are different anymore, and you know, the Olympics, they just recently came to an end, and I have a love-hate relationship with the Olympics. I love them because the media has been, well, I don't exactly sit down and watch Olympic events, but the fact that the media has been telling us all about America's great accomplishments. How about a big high round of applause for our girls who brought home the gold? And not only that, I love the fact to hear about great American accomplishments because I get so sick and tired of the media shoving down my throat the asinine behavior of Kanye Wacktard West. I was like, oh my God, he just blah, 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 blah. And his dang wife isn't any better. I mean, go Kim, twathead, Twitter, blah, whatever. I'm just like, yeah. I get so sick and tired of hearing her talk about her stepdad getting boobs and whacking his wiener off. I'm just so sick and tired of hearing about that. And quite frankly, you know, his wife, Kim Kardashian, she's kind of like that cousin that still sits at the Thanksgiving kids table. I mean, she's just like everybody else at Thanksgiving. Gets a little turkey, gets a little stuffed, makes a little pong in the mashed potatoes, puts the gravy in, and she goes to the adult table and, oh, Aunt Jackie, how are you? Sights taken. Uncle Jeff, how are you? Sights taken. So, what does she do? She has to sit at the table with the not quite mature adults yet, and who does she sit next to but yet a black dude who just keeps talking and talking all the while, nothing but a half-wit listens to her. That's a Bubba and Forrest Gump joke. Yeah, well, no, quite frankly, if one could get killed in the line of duty for his country and the other remove the president, would be either way, you know, when it comes to the Olympics, I got a special place in my heart for them because, you know, beach volleyball. I love beach volleyball. Gosh, it all stems to my childhood because the only thing I had back in the day was Saturday morning cartoons. And once they were over, it was like, oh no, golf, tennis, PBS. Don't you be trying to hide your learning in cartoons. It's a Saturday. But now and every once in a while there would be beach volleyball going on. And I wasn't much of a man, but yet when I watched those girls slap that ball around in bikinis, there was a little tingle in my dingle. And I didn't know why, but, you know, it was there. So, it was it kind of broke my heart when the USA beach volleyball team lost to the Rio team because they were going to go on to play the Germans for the gold. And, well, you know, I don't blame them for losing because we all know how Brazil is, quite frankly. This is probably how the pre-game banter went. Mr. Referee, so
if these bitches beat us, but they don't show up or just go disappearing, do we win? They were going to be found by the rowing team if they'd have beat that Rio team. So that was kind of disappointing, but it would have been so great to see the U.S. team versus the Germans for the gold. That would have been so great because there's so many war reenactments where, oh my Beauregard, what do you devise we do on this fine August afternoon? Well, I say we put 5 layers of wool on and march around and point guns at each other and reenact the Civil War. I would have loved to see World War II reenactment on the beach between the U.S. team and the Germans. That would have been so great. I mean, I love Old Glory, but I think that we should skip the red, white, and blue for such an event on the uniforms and get itsy bitsy teeny weeny yellow polka dot bikinis. Because you know, the Germans, they'd have been coming out with black tops and white little spinny swastikas on there. The bottoms would have been white with black rectangles right about there. And they go, mein Fjall is mein Punani. But it didn't happen. So, and you know, being from the central Kansas area, you know, my last name's Schween. Obviously, I've got some crap in me, and there isn't nothing that makes me change the channel faster than Ancestry.com. No. Because even though all of us came over on the boats well before it all ever happened, nobody ever wants to go to Ancestry.com, look up Mine Family Tree and see, no. No. But either way, that's the reason why I love the Olympics. And big reason why I hate them is because there isn't a single person who, you know, it doesn't matter if you've been married for 10 minutes, divorced for 20 years, have 5 kids, or no kids. That whole Olympic go for the gold, never give up on your dream, just do it, yeah. If you don't have a trust fund and have to work for a living, that's the biggest bullarchy you've ever been fed in your life. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's me. So thank you very much for coming out. Keep it going for Sheldon Sween.
That is his second time on a stand-up stage. I mean, you can usually see him down at the street corner just shouting things, but
good job.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? I think I definitely did better than last time. There was a few things that I'd left out. Well, I guess let me first start by saying mad shout out to Jeffrey Lacker, because his introduction of referring to me as Joe Cartoon, and then I just absolutely loved there at the end where he was like, or you can see this guy just screaming around the street. That's about right. But you know, I must say I'm awfully proud of myself that I went from a little around like 4 minutes the very first time that I ever went up there, And that was my second time, and between my first and my second time, I literally doubled the amount of time that I went up there. And if you've ever spent 5 seconds up there on your own, it feels like 5 minutes, and the next thing you know, like, well, no, it's only been 5 seconds. So yeah, not only that, the first time I went up there, I was awfully cocky because I was like, I've done some plays, I can do this. This would be all about the same. No. I mean, yeah, you're up on a stage and whatnot, but I mean, I'd always known that the typical background for a comedy show is usually a brick wall. And I just knew that, like, it's the concept of being up against a brick wall. But my stars, once you get up there the very first time, it's literally like, holy smokes. It's the audience is a speeding bus. You are standing directly in front of that bus. If you get off to one side, you're going to look like an ass, and the only way to keep that bus from smashing you up against that brick wall is to make that bus laugh. I don't know if that just makes sense to only me. I wouldn't be too surprised. But another thing is I was awfully proud of myself too, because Jerry Seinfeld was on Howard one time and having a real good interview, and Jerry said, like, the best way to make a joke, I mean, you can cuss and make people laugh, it's easy, but if you can write a joke out, take the cussing out of it, and it still makes people laugh, that means it's a genuinely funny joke. So I literally, it almost would have been twice as long had I put the frickin' cuss words in there that I wrote out, because I kid you not, I basically wrote all that stuff out maybe like 2 weeks ago, and I just have spent the last 2 weeks refining it into, what that was. And like I said, had I left the cuss words in it, it'd have been twice as long. So, but I mean, another big thing that made me smile was, I got paid. So yeah, that really that put a big smile on my face. But I might have got paid, but I ain't about to quit my day job because, yeah, hence I'm doing laundry, which, doing events like that are wonderful, but they do tend to, like, put you behind on your everyday tasks. So alrighty, well, ladies and gentlemen, I look forward to providing more and more. We're going to mark this down as number 2 out of 10,000, and we'll see you next time.